Sigma has recently announced a 10-18mm F2.8 DC DN C lens for Sony E, Fujifilm X and Leica L mounts. I reviewed the E mount version of this lens with Sony A6700 and A7R5 cameras, and I will share my findings with you at this review. The major selling point of this lens is how tiny it is for an F2.8 constant zoom lens. Sigma claims this is the world's smallest and lightest F2.8 lens for APS-C cameras, and I have no reason to not believe them. It also makes an excellent pair with Sigma's 18-50mm F2.8 lens. And here you can see how it compares to Sony's own 10-18mm f4 lens. Despite being one stop faster at f2.8, their sizes are almost the same. The Sigma 10-8mm is selling for $599 in the US. And it's not a cheap lens without a doubt, but offers optical quality and features that justify the price tag in my opinion. The lens has a plastic body and metal mount. Its lightweight design provides a reassuring sense of confidence when gripped in your hand. The build quality feels really good. It's a simple lens from the outside. There are no switches, buttons or an aperture ring. So all you have are zoom ring and the focus ring. In regards to weather sealing, there is a sealing gasket on the camera mount, but there are no other sealings on the rest of the lens. Zoom and focus rings are very smooth and well damped. For Sony shooters, the zoom ring of the Sigma lens works the opposite way to the Sony lenses. It's a focus-by-wire system, so turning the focus ring actuates a focus motor. But I like the feel and accuracy of it. A unique design choice Sigma made to keep the overall size smaller is the new push-on pedal type hood. You align the markings on the lens and the hood, and then push in and hear the click sound, and slightly twist it to remove. If you want to reverse attach it, you need to align the marking on the lens, this time with the arrow on the hood. To be honest, I don't like this new system and it caused me some problems in the field. Maybe I can get used to it in time. Lens has a filter thread of 67mm, which is a very common size. Considering most people will use this lens for landscape photography, content creation and vlogging, the most demanded filters will be circular polarizers and ND filters. The lens is at its shortest form at 18mm and slightly extends when zoomed out to 10mm. By the way, here you see how the 10mm and 18mm focal lengths looked on APS-C cameras. Even though the 10-18mm is an APS-C sensor coverage lens, you can see that it actually covers a bit more than that on full-frame cameras such as the A7R5, when the automatic APS-C mode is disabled. Sigma doesn't have an optical image stabilization, so it's dependent on the sensor-based stabilization on your camera, if there is one of course. Considering the ultra-wide-angle character of this lens, the stabilization won't be that critical compared to lenses with longer focal reach. The active IS mode on the A6700 helps further stabilization during video recording, albeit with a cropped image frame. Sigma used a stepper motor on the 10-18mm, which I find very fast and accurate. The focus changes are almost instant and the tracking works without problems on the A6700. The lens has an extremely short minimum focusing distance of 12 cm or 4.4 inches at 10mm focal range, and has a maximum magnification of 0.25x at this focal length, which is a respectable value for an ultra-wide angle lens. The focus breathing is well controlled on this lens, which is great if you do a lot of focus pulls in video, and this short clip shows how it looks at 10mm. The optical structure of the 10-18 includes 13 elements in 10 groups. It has 3 FLD, 1 SLD and 4 aspherical elements. It also has 7 rounded diaphragm blades. It's not realistic to expect a strong out-of-focus area separation from an ultra-wide-angle lens, and the Sigma doesn't create miracles in this area. Despite its f2.8 fast aperture, the only way to get a decent bokeh from this lens is to get really close to your subject and shoot wide open. The distortions are effectively fixed via lens profiles on camera or post-processing. However, I turned off the camera corrections in Lightroom here for the RAW file to reveal how the distortions look if they are not fixed. There is strong distortion on 10mm if not corrected, and gets better when zoomed into 18mm. The vignetting is also corrected via profile, so I don't mind much about it. Chromatic aberrations are very well controlled on this lens, mostly not visible unless you really inspect the image at 200%. Here is a demonstration of the sunburst effect and how it changes with the aperture. Flares are well controlled with this lens and the loss of contrast is minimal. Alright, now let's talk about the resolution. At 10mm, the center resolution is almost excellent even at f2.8 and slightly gets better at f4. But the corners are really soft both at f2.8 and f4. At f8, the corner sharpness gets much better, but it's never perfect. At 18mm, stopping down to f8 makes a big improvement over f2.8, both at the center and at the corners. f8 yields the best results in this lens. The resolution goes down starting from f11 due to diffraction. Overall, the center sharpness is excellent starting from f2.8, but if the corner sharpness is critical, you gotta stop down to f8. Now, let's look at the potential alternatives to the Sigma 10 to 18mm in Sony E and Fujifilm X mounts. The first one is the Tamron 11 to 20mm f2.8, which is available both for E mount and X mount. Tamron is larger and heavier than the Sigma 10 to 18 and also costs $100 more. The second one is the Sony 10 to 20mm f4 G power zoom lens. The size and weight are pretty similar, but have more features than the Sigma while being one stop slower at f4. The third lens is the Fujifilm XF 10 to 24mm f4 for the X mount. This is the most expensive of the bunch at $999 US, but has significantly longer reach with its 24mm tele-end. The fourth lens is the Sony E 11mm f1.8 G lens. This one will be a good option for those who plan to use their lens excessively on the widest focal length. It's also $50 cheaper than the Sigma. Here's a size comparison of Sigma 10 to 18 with all the other E-mount lenses that I have mentioned before. And this one is a size comparison of Sigma 10 to 18mm with the alternatives in Fujifilm X mount. The Sigma 10 to 18 is a great ultra-wide-angle fast zoom lens for Sony E, Fujifilm X and Leica L mounts. It's very compact and lightweight for an f2.8 zoom lens. It has excellent image quality in the center and gets really close to the subject with 0.25x magnification. It focuses fast and silently, it has a good build quality and focus breathing is well controlled. And also chromatic aberrations are low. On the negative side, there are no controls on the lens and there is no optical image stabilization. And the corners get sharp only at f8. And finally, the weather sealing is limited to the gasket on the camera mount only. If you have enjoyed this review and found it helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribe to my channel. We have a lot of exciting content coming your way.